Good morning and happy day after Christmas. All right. This is a day where we get a chance to see what your favorite present was, what your favorite memory was. Did it go well? Or was it one of those Christmases where you get together with family and be honest with us, right? This show's all about being real. Were there craziness that happened? Was there craziness that happened? Just be real with us. Fortunately for us, Jim and I sat on the couch last night and just looked at each other and smiled and said, wow, what an incredible Christmas. So, blessings for sure for us this Christmas. We started a new tradition on Christmas Eve and had family over, blending our families together. Christmas Day went to my brother's and just had an amazing one. So, I'll talk about favorite memories as well as wonderful Christmas presents. So, that's what I want to hear from you. Tell me what you got this Christmas. Or maybe you want to tell me what the kiddos got and what the best surprise was. So, for me, the best surprise was something that I gave Jim that I haven't shown yet on social media. So that's coming up for you. So as you're all signing on, let me say good morning to all of you that are up and at 'em, right? Christy and Kathleen. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. Julie says good morning, everyone. So as you are starting your morning, feel free to say hello to your community. Can't do this without each and every one of you waking up with us each and every morning. And of course, these incredible people that you see here on the bottom of the screen. Thank you as we get ready to wrap up 2025 to each of them. JG Optimal Wellness, Spas and More, Grade Works LLC, which is going to bring us our forecast here in just a second. Crunch Fitness, Slyman Brothers Appliances, which is going to bring us a little walk through the kitchen, as well as Defiance Ridge Vineyards, Dot Fleshman Realty. And then I'm super excited. A woman reached out to me last night and said, Monica, is there somewhere on your website where I can find out more about sponsorship? So the answer to that is no, it's not on my website. That is in a meeting that I either have through Zoom or in person. So if you do want to check our website for a lot of other great things, it's therealmonicaadams.com. All right, we're going to get to the weather here in just a second. Luann, good morning. Hope you're having a great day. Christy said, my favorite present was our little puppy. Yes, Hazel Lynn, which we learned about last week. All right, so forecast wise, how many of you took your Christmas and went outside? That's the thing. On Christmas Eve, we all were gathered around the up part of our driveway and just sitting there having a wonderful time. And I was like, I knew it. I knew that at some point Christmas would go outside. So tell me that. Did you all have Christmas inside or outside or a mix of both? Okay. So weather wise, here is what you're expecting now that we are past Christmas and looking forward to New Year's celebrations. So a record high is 70 for today. 69 is what we are predicting. So we'll see if we'll beat that. 45 for a low tonight. We get into the weekend, 68 and cloudy tomorrow. Sunday, then we have some rain and storms moving in. So just a heads up, and it will be very breezy and drastically dropping. Look at that low Sunday night. So it's going to feel crazy cold because of the weather pattern that we've had so far. So 67 for your high Sunday with those rain and storms mixed in, and then all the way down to 22 Monday, 28 for the high, and then 18 for a low. But then we start to warm up again as we get to Tuesday, 37. Wednesday, once we get into midweek, we're hitting 42. We get into New Year's Day, 37 and down to 24. And then the following weekend, there is a slight chance of rain predicted right now for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a little up and down weather, but very much so more specific to the way this time of the year should be. So yeah, so tell me as you're signing on, again, a couple things. This is kind of like a interactive show like we did last week. There was 200 plus comments, I think, on the show we did on Tuesday. It was a this or that show, which was a lot of fun, and we'll do more of those coming up in 2026. Today, though, I'd love to know my audience by kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, or if it's you, your husband, maybe it's a best friend. What was your favorite present of 2025? Did you spend Christmas outside? And do you have a special memory that you want to share with the community? I'd love to have all that. All right, let's get into some news you can use. Unfortunately, the 15th victim of that UPS plane crash died yesterday, 7 weeks after the tragedy. In a Facebook post, the mayor in Louisville, Kentucky, shared that Elaine Rodriguez Colina died early yesterday morning from injuries he sustained from the crash. Grade A recycling owner and CEO Sean Garber confirmed that Colina was one of the company's employees, making him the fourth killed by the crash. Colina's death brings that total number of fatalities caused by the UPS flight 2976 to a total loss of 15. And just horrific to pass away from it, period. But to have it on Christmas Day is just, again, we always say, please be aware that not everybody's in a joyous time this time of year. Christmas Eve winner. Did you all hear this? My brother was talking about this yesterday. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine winning all of that money In Arkansas, there was a winner landing a $1.817 billion Powerball lottery jackpot. I'm pretty sure this is my cousin, right? It was purchased at a gas station outside of Little Rock. And the winning numbers. So you still want to check those tickets because you still might have some that you won. Not the big jackpot, but you may have won something. 4, 25, 31, 52, 59, and that Powerball number being 19. The winning ticket was sold at a Murphy USA in Cabot, according to lottery officials. No one answered the phone Thursday at the location, which was closed, of course, for Christmas. It's a community of roughly 27,000 people, and it's just about 26 miles northeast of Little Rock. Final ticket sales pushed the jackpot higher than previously expected, making it the second largest in United States history, the largest Powerball prize of 2025, and the jackpot had a lump sum cash payment option of $834.9 million. Congratulations to the newest Powerball jackpot winner, whoever you are. Wow, is all I have to say. I mean, sometimes we hear about this and we're like, oh, multiple people are going to go out at once, but one winner, what would you do with all that money? We talked about that before. So congratulations to whoever that is. And hey, I don't know in Arkansas if you have to come forward. They may never come forward. At this point, they need to get everything in order because, yes, just like I said, everyone's going to come out of the woodwork saying that they're cousins and family somehow. Well, they did not have the Christmas Eve concert at Kennedy Center. It was canceled after the name change. So the annual concert, it's a jazz concert that's at Washington's Kennedy Center. It didn't happen. It was canceled by the show's host after President Donald Trump's name was added to the facility. In a statement, Chuck Redd said he chose to cancel it when he saw the change of signage last Friday, which you're seeing here. The day prior, the Board of Trustees of the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts voted to rename the facility the Trump Kennedy Center. And so Redd said there's currently no plan to reschedule this performance, which he has led since 2006. The Kennedy Center was contacted for comment on the canceled show. Earlier this week, Democratic Congresswoman Joyce Beatty of Ohio brought a lawsuit challenging the name change. Congress designated that facility as a memorial to former President Kennedy in 1964, which of course was the year after his assassination. So we'll see if anything else comes out of that. But right now, it seems like they're sticking to their guns saying, nope, we are not rescheduling that. Okay, as we continue on with news you can use, good morning to all of you that are signing on. A South City pizzeria is closing just before New Year's. I'm not sure if any of you had an opportunity to eat here, but on Saturday, Cafe Piazza posted on their Facebook page that its last day in business will be this coming Monday. The owners did not give a reason why they're closing after 8 years in business. It was located at Arsenal and Lemp right there in the Benton Park neighborhood, right close to Anheuser-Busch. Cafe Piazza plans to host a Mizzou watch party on Saturday, which, if you've been following along, that is the Gator Bowl. Okay, if you're a fan of Seinfeld, you probably recognize this gentleman, Pat Finn. He was known for roles in The Middle and Seinfeld. He's passed away at the age of 60, his family announcing his death on Christmas Eve. The outlet reported he died on December 22nd at his home in LA. He had a 3-year battle with cancer. Best known for his role as Bill Norwood in the ABC sitcom The Middle. He also appeared on the show from 2011 till the show's end in 2018. And he appeared in several other sitcoms, as I mentioned, in Seinfeld as Joe and in Friends as the boyfriend of Courtney Cox's character, Dr. Roger. He also had recurring roles in the George Wendt Show and Murphy Brown. So again, rest in peace to him. All right, here is the scratch your head shocking story of the day. Doctors absolutely shocked to find a nearly full-term baby hidden behind a mother's ovarian cyst. Can you believe this? So this woman holds her baby boy on her lap here, marvels at the remarkable way that he came into the world. Before the baby was born, he developed outside his mom's womb, hidden by a basketball-sized ovarian cyst. A dangerous situation, so rare that his doctors plan to write about the case for a medical journal. This is Susie Lopez, and just 1 in 30,000 pregnancies occur in the abdomen inside of the uterus. Those that make it to full term are essentially unheard of, far, far less, get this, than 1 in a million, according to the medical director at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles, where the baby was born. They said, I mean, this is truly insane. This woman's a 41-year-old nurse who lives in Bakersfield, California. Didn't even know she was pregnant with her second child until days before giving birth. She said her belly began to grow earlier this year, but she thought it was just the ovarian cyst getting bigger. Doctors had been monitoring the mass since her 20s. leaving it in place after removing her right ovary and another cyst. So again, in her 20s, and now she's 41 years old. So she experienced none of the usual pregnancy symptoms, if you're asking that. Nope, no morning sickness, never felt any kicks. Though she didn't have a period, her cycle is irregular and sometimes goes years without one because of the whole cyst issue. For months, she and her husband went about their lives, traveled abroad, but gradually the pain and the pressure in her abdomen got worse. She figured it was finally time to get the 22-pound cyst removed. 22 pounds. She needed a CT scan that required a pregnancy test first because of the radiation exposure. And to her great surprise, the test came back positive. Can you believe this? Just absolutely crazy. Here you are thinking you're going in and having a cyst removed, and oh, hey, here's a baby for you. That is the unbelievable, shocking story of the day. And then this one I love. Congratulations. Students are cheering as a Metro East band director has earned a spot in the Rose Parade. You know, of course, all the bowl games are coming up. So Bernard Long Jr., congratulations. The band director at Madison Junior Senior High School in Madison, Illinois, has been selected to march in this year's Rose Parade in Pasadena, California. He will fly out on, he'll fly out today and then perform in the 137th Rose Parade on January 1st as part of a national ensemble made up of more than 300 band directors from across the country. Congratulations to Bernard and to all the kids at Madison Junior Senior High School in Madison, Illinois. I love that. Don't you love that story? Congratulations. I think that's the coolest thing. All right. And then in other sports news, St. Louis Blues. Let's just kind of look back up and down season, right? So on Monday, they lost to the Lightning 4-1. Let's see. Saturday, they beat the Panthers 6-2. They lost to the Rangers. They beat the Jets. So as I said, just kind of up and down. So now they're on tap. Tomorrow, the Predators are coming to town, 7:00. And then the Sabres and the Blues playing on Monday. And that is a 7:00 game as well. All right. We talked last week about whether you put real candy canes on your tree. Well, today's National Candy Cane Day. So go ahead and take them off and you can eat them now. It's National Winers Day. Oh, who likes a whiner? And yes, I do hope you all still do this, right? We were all taught right, if you were raised well, I should say, that you write thank you notes, right? So whether it's birthday or you just are, we're talking about our favorite Christmas presents today. If you absolutely just loved a Christmas present, you want to go on and on beyond the initial thank you and the initial hugs that you gave, well, now you write a thank you note and maybe you get it done today. All right, there you go. So that's what we wanted to give you as up-to-date news you can use and some talker news as well. Let me see as my guests are signing on here. Okay, so Christy said my favorite present was our little puppy, Hazel Lynn. Stephanie, good morning to you. Yes, we did sit outside on the porch, swing in our shorts. Oh, wow, I was not in shorts. Linda, good morning. Latanya, good morning. Monica and friends, peace and blessings be multiplied. I love that. The ticket was sold in your hometown, Christy? Maybe it's a cousin. Good morning, Julie. Great to see you this morning as well. I may not be rich, but I felt lucky winning $35 on my scratch offs. Exactly, right? Any money whatsoever helps. Stephanie said we drove to Wisconsin, stayed at my sister's house. Weather was 37, not bad. I got a St. Louis Blues cutting board. Oh, that sounds cool. And a pair of Minnesota Wild Sox. All right. Linda said, I think that was just wrong changing the name on the Kennedy Center. I know, especially since it was after he was assassinated. Julia, good morning. Stephanie, the Vikings beat the Lions last night. All right. Thank you for that. Jake Maria Rule, good morning to you. And is it Bethia Michael, good morning. Love all the new names that are signing on. All right, we got about 35 of you on right now. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I want to hear your favorite present. Did you go outside? A lot of people like to start traditions. And, I know a lot of people used to play flag football on Thanksgiving time period, but a lot of you could have gone, well, no, the golf courses would have been closed, right? But maybe you had your own little thing outside. I want to know what tradition you did this year that you normally couldn't do because the weather's usually too cold for it. So did you do anything special on this Christmas Day? We'll talk about that. And we're going to take you through the Slyman Brothers kitchen for those of you that have never seen it all as we prepare for 2026 Foodie Friday segments. And once again, a special thanks going out to the wonderful Faith Berger. Faithberger.com is where you can find her. Thank her for that beautiful picture that she painted for us. Faithberger.art on Instagram. And Canvas for Kids is a wonderful organization she's involved with as well. Canvas for Kids 1 is where you can find them on Instagram.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good. Feel strong. Feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
And a lot of people will be doing that. There's a new one coming to Fenton, by the way, probably here in the next couple of months. You've probably seen the signs go up. It's going to be right there in that old Fenton area. So congratulations. That is their 4th location in our immediate area. They first opened up in Florissant, then they opened up in Baldwin, and then St. Peter's. Now Fenton is coming, and more to come, by the way. So if you haven't joined, I'd highly recommend that you go in. A lot of you that are making your New Year's resolutions, it is really, truly an incredible gym. I'm excited to introduce more of you, and I'm excited that today we are going to gift someone a 1-year annual membership, and it's the perfect time. And I've got one more I'm going to do next week as we kick off the brand new year. So congratulations to someone. It's kind of like winning the lottery. I know a lot of you are like, what? I'd rather have $1 billion. I get it, but come on, if you are getting your health back, that's like winning the lottery. So somebody's going to win that today. If you're not in the drawing, you have, I'd say, about 20 minutes to tell me that you want all in, that you are ready to take back your life. Congratulations to Michael Gray, Sandra Smith, Julie Fabian, Abby Stahlschmidt, Jennifer Bonacorsi, and Annette Johnson, all winning so far. And I've got a handful, probably about 30 or so of you that are in the list. And I'm going to pick one of those names today to give away a 1-year membership. Then I'll let you know again how you can get all that. All right. Julie says, my cousin and I took our grandchildren to the park on Christmas Eve. It was fun. They wrote able to run around. That probably they were able to run around. So yeah, what I want to know is favorite Christmas present. Okay. So I'm going to share a little something here. This was my surprise that I didn't get a chance to show yet on social media. So I'm going to tell you that I think you probably heard me say this last week. I love to give presents. Sure, it's fun to get, but I love to give presents. And so on our Christmas Eve, I was able to do something very special that my husband had no clue was coming. And I do have to truly thank my brother, Brian, because he played a big role in this. And so while we were doing everything at the house, my brother actually had to bring it up in, so while we said everybody was outside, originally we were supposed to be outside smoking the turkey. Unfortunately, because it was so damp that morning, Jim's smoker wasn't working. So he made the turkey here in the oven, and then we went outside and he turned it on for a little bit just to keep it warm. So my brother comes pulling up in his truck and he's like, hey, you never discussed with me how you wanted to do this, because he's outside. He's going to see. And I was like, what do you mean? And it was like evidently overflowing outside the back of my brother's truck. And he's like, well, you do understand that, I didn't wrap it for you because it's so massive. And I was like, oh, yeah, I get that. So he was so awesome. Went to, let's give a shout out to Costco, because I don't have a Costco membership, but he went to Costco and I was looking on Amazon, and I don't usually buy a bunch of stuff from Amazon, but I was looking on Amazon just to make it easier on me. And then my brother's like, no, you want to go to Costco. And I'm like, well, I don't have a Costco membership. And he said, okay, I'll go do it for you. So this is how it played out. This is my favorite part of this Christmas, the surprise I pulled off for Jim.
Merry Christmas!
Surprise! What's going on? What is that?
Merry Christmas early!
Merry Christmas! That's a big TV.
Yeah, it is,
Where am I
you
gonna put that
brat.
That's your problem.
I think I can put this son of a bitch to use.
Merry Christmas!
Thank you, honey.
Is it big enough?
That's a beauty. Oh, that's going to look good on that wall upstairs. It's going to look good on this wall. That's a beauty.
I said, why did I do this?
Buddy.
He'll never come downstairs now.
I'll never come downstairs.
Oh, thank you very much.
There you go. A 75-inch TV. So I believe the one we have upstairs, I bought him probably for his birthday or something. That one was like, I don't know, 55. And so my brother's like, he definitely needed that. So again, it just makes you smile when someone's totally not expecting something like that. And he actually did the same thing for me. The doorbell rang and I thought it was our neighbors. And so I went to the door and there were some beautiful flowers, which I actually posted on social media a couple days ago. Beautiful flowers sitting at the door. And he's like, look, FTD delivered for you. I'm like, no, Santa Claus right here. Then I was able to do that back. That was on Christmas Eve. So we're sharing today as you're signing on, what were your favorite memories? Now it's your turn. So that's my favorite memory that I was able to pull that surprise off with the help of my wonderful big brother, Brian. As far as my favorite gift, as you're thinking about sharing yours, it is, I always think about that extra thought process. So my husband, this was the funny thing, inside of a box was a pillow from downstairs. And I'm like, why is there a pillow in this box? And he goes, well, I had to take a pillow because he's like, where I ordered your gift from, he's like, it failed me. It's not coming till Monday. He's like, so I just wanted to put it in here. You're getting a pillow. Well, why is that special? Because ever since my car accident, it's like I wake up and I have horrible well, I don't know if it's necessarily a migraine, but my cervical area, I needed a good pillow. And so here I am, going out and I'll spend money on everybody else, but wouldn't go and do something for myself, right? Isn't that so like us, especially women? So Jim found an incredible, not just a pillow, but he found this like cervical traction device that I'm going to be able to use and hopefully ease some of the issues that I've had ever since that accident back in 2022. So that was the most thoughtful gift, I would say, this Christmas. Okay, so now it's your turn. You share for me either what's your favorite gift you gave, or what's your favorite gift that you have? And again, it could be something you did for your kiddos. Latanya said, my favorite Christmas gift was seeing my favorite artist in concert. Oh, is it Raheem Devon at the City Winery, a night to remember for sure. Latanya, I haven't been there yet. I have been wanting to go to City Winery ever since they opened. There's been some incredible artists that have performed there. Haven't had a chance to go yet, but I'm not familiar with that. Is that R&B? What kind of music does Raheem play? Raheem Devon, it looks like. Okay. All right. Again, is it something that you gave to your kids, to your grandkids? I loved, for my great niece, we bought her this super, super fuzzy jacket. And when she pulled it out, it's kind of like, you know what I'm talking about. Those soft, fuzzy ones, usually oversized. She's a gymnast now. So my husband and I both said that this is perfect for a little gymnast after they get done, right? And I told her, I go, you can wear that. And she's like, oh no, I have a specific jacket I have to wear in my competitions. And I said, no, when you leave. And she's like, oh, okay. So when she left last night, she had it on, had the hood on. So, you always get very, very happy when you see somebody truly enjoying your gift. So a couple of you have shared. All right, I'm going to let you sign on. I want you to interact with us. Tell me your favorite Christmas gift. Was there anything that you wanted or the kids wanted? That's the big thing, right? You think back when you were a kid. My favorite memory standout is probably a dollhouse that my mom and dad got me. Beautiful, huge dollhouse. That was my favorite. I wanted that so bad. Also a bike. So, you can share favorite memories from when you were growing up or share your favorite memory from this Christmas. So it might be you, or it may be one of your kids or grandkids that you were able to give to. So share those memories with us. I'm going to let you sign on and do that. And then I want to take you through the kitchen because we've been doing these Foodie Fridays for the last 6 months. And a lot of you have not had a chance to truly see the beautiful kitchen that was built for us to do these segments for you, right? So we can't do all of this without you all watching, being a part of it, sharing, liking, following all of our platforms. So again, if you've got family and friends that are brand new to the show, tell them they don't have to watch on social media if they don't want to. That's why we are making sure that we're on YouTube and Rumble, X, we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, Facebook, of course, and on Twitch. And those platforms, we can keep growing for you. I know a lot of people say they want to take a break from social media, and then you can seek it out on YouTube. So again, thank you to all as well. Thank you to our sponsors and for those of you with ideas for new sponsors as we get ready to head into 2026. So a lot of these segments started by conversations of people saying, hey, I want to be a part of your show. I want to take our positive brand and mix it with your positive brand, and let's start a new segment. And so that's kind of how the whole Slyman Brothers thing came about, that we sat down, we talked, and we're like, let's do a Foodie Friday. So let me show you where we do that. Well, good morning and happy Foodie Friday on a special holiday edition. You know, I thought I would take you into the Slyman Brothers kitchen and show you around a little bit. We've been cooking in here now for 6 straight months. And by the way, I invite you, if you're a chef or a restaurant owner, or hey, maybe you're a home chef. I've got a couple of people that we're working on for January that they might do a cooking vlog, right? So whatever you have going on, if you want to come right here into the Slyman Brothers kitchen and cook with us, shoot me an email, info@therealmonicaadams.com. But let me show you around. Slyman Brothers, thank you so much for this incredible partnership in 2025 and excited for 2026. We've been talking a lot about this, the induction stove. So I'm going to have Jim come around for us. This is, for those of you that like electric, you like gas, but you want kind of an in-between, the induction stove, what's really cool is I've been talking about the safety aspect of it is you need to have specific pans that are induction ready. Once you put them onto the stove, it recognizes it and it will keep, from a heat standpoint, you put it right back on, it stays with that heat, but it also will turn itself off. And that's the thing that I really love. So it's super easy. You just hit the side that it's on and you do the little slide up. Some people are saying, I still like gas. I'd say give it a try. Now, if you are building a new house and you need appliances, or you want to change it up, which, by the way, if you're like us, you got a little chip, Jim and I have to go to Slyman Brothers because we need a new top. We're deciding between electric. We have to stay with electric because we don't have gas. Either electric or induction. I kind of like the induction side. Jim's behind the camera. What do you think about induction? Maybe? Oh, a thumbs up, he's saying. So yeah, you do this, and then if you want to turn the fan on, you just make it really easy. And then the fan comes up. You want the fan to come down when we're cooking. We kept trying to figure it out. It was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's that simple. And then if I take this off, I know a lot of people like the induction because it will heat up super quick. Like in a matter of like 90 seconds, 2 minutes max, you got boiling water. So I love that. So this is when you're cooking in the Foodie Friday segments with us, you make a decision. Do you want to use the stovetop? And this is Jen Air, by the way. We talked a lot about Sub-Zero and Wolf and Cove that we had at the kitchen with the Baldwin and the South County location of Slyman Brothers. We had induction and gas over there. Here, induction. See, it's already off. It's that easy. So we're talking about you, if you have kids, we talked about seniors. We're always worried about our moms and dads leaving their stoves on. That might be another reason why you like induction. Now let me head over here. This is the coolest. So we've got 3 things going on here. In the Slyman Brothers kitchen, we've got our microwave, but it's fancy. I mean, I kept calling it bougie. We've got our stove, and one of the biggest things here, when they were showing us, they always talk about how people will just all of a sudden just go straight to just bake. You need to be thinking about the convection side of it all. So, yes, you can go to bake, but there's also convect on there. The other thing about this, if you're looking for new appliances, is you can control, like a lot of smart houses, you can control this whole thing on your phone, on an app. And then who doesn't want a warming tray? I do. If I want to do a new kitchen, this is something that will make it really handy, especially with all of you that are hosting for the holidays. So yeah, isn't this neat? I love this. So you can start the lower, and it makes these fun little noises for you. Jen Air, Sub-Zero, Wolf Cove, find what works best for you. But again, gorgeous kitchen. People have been commenting about, where are you guys cooking? This is here at our studios. This was built for us to be able to cook up and bake some amazing things. We need to put some cookies in this jar. Here, let me get you some. Nice little cookies to bring it home for the holidays, right? So tell me, by the way, as you are watching this, do you all have a favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe? Or, you know what reminds me of the holidays? Snickerdoodles. Snickerdoodles to me remind me of the holidays. Jim, what is it for you? What cookie?
Pralines.
Oh, all right. Here. So if it's chocolate chips or if it's Snickerdoodles, or he says pralines, pralines. What is your favorite cookie for the holidays? Let us know. So do you bake a lot or do you cook a lot? Drop in a comment for us. On this Foodie Friday, I just want to give a special shout out as we wrap things up for 2025 to this incredible partnership. Again, Slyman Brothers Appliances. They've been around for 60 years, going strong, and we couldn't do it without them and of course without you. We're excited for some new things to come. I'd like to have different cuisines and cultures. I mean, that was the thing that I really loved, making some food I had never even heard of before. So if you have a favorite favorite Foodie Friday, by the way. I'd love to know that as well. Drop that in the comments. And we haven't even talked about this. I'm very big. Here's what I'd like to know. Do you like, when it comes to a sink, do you like one big sink? Me personally, I usually like the separation. What about you, Jim? Do you like it like this? Or do you like a separation? You like both sides? So weigh in on that, right? Do you like one or two? You can drop a comment in there. And then when you need a new dishwasher, this is so lightweight. It's come so far over the years. I mean, this is crazy. And then the cool thing is, for space purposes, you can take all these out and have more room for the plates, etc. So if you haven't seen the entire kitchen, which we haven't had a chance to show you, today is the day to do so. So 2025, thank you for the Foodie Friday, for the Whipping It Up Wednesday, and the Tasty Thursday. We've got some exciting segments to come for 2026. I'd love to know, what kind of cuisine would you like for us to feature? What chefs, what restaurant owners you want us to bake more or cook more? We're excited for some new things to come. And we'll wrap up for you the 2025 heading into 2026 on January 2nd. We'll kick off a healthy dish as we start our New Year's resolution. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart for tuning in to all of our shows, but especially our Foodie Fridays from our friends at Slyman Brothers Appliances. And thank you to GradeWorks LLC, by the way, for giving us the forecast that we kicked off at the very beginning of our show. And I'll show you what you're expecting again, forecast-wise, here in just a second. But if you're not familiar with GradeWorks, they've been on with us for a handful of months now, being a part of our What the Weather segment. Again, excavating, grade work, as you can see, they can do all that for you. They're also involved in doing some stuff with concrete and asphalt work. But I also always talk about, if there's something on your property, again, your business or your home, that you want removed immediately, I want you to think of our sponsors, because again, we couldn't do it without you and them. So go online, find out more about what they do. Mike, I hope you and your wife have a wonderful holiday season. GradeWorksMO.com. That's grade, WRXMO.com. Thank you so much for being a part of our show. And of course, one of the important segments, which is your weather. So we're 30 minutes into the show. If you didn't see it, 69, a record high today is 70. So will we pass that? 69 today, down to 45 tonight. We get into 68 on Saturday. But the big thing I want you to see is on Sunday, some rain and storms coming in, and then breezy and down to 22. And then Monday night, a low of 18. So definitely going to feel like a shock to the system. All right, 7:33. Good morning to all of you. Let's go back to you, because I want you to be heard. So Stephanie said, my favorite gift of all is that I can spend time with my sisters. Yes, experiences, right? And my nieces and nephews, and my great niece and nephew. So it's all about memories shared. I love that. Latanya, very intimate setting, the City Winery. Yes. Raheem Devon sings love experiences. Well, I would love that then. Stephanie said, when I was going to cooking school, I wanted a KitchenAid mixer. My mom and dad couldn't afford it, so they went to the outlet mall at the KitchenAid store, got me a refurbished one. I still have it today. Oh, that's amazing, right? That's nostalgic. I couldn't bake without it. All right. Latanya said, I loved cooking in the Slyman Brothers kitchen. I know you had a great time, didn't you? Let's see. Peanut butter cookies are my favorite. Okay. So I'm asking you, what's your favorite cookie? Chocolate chip is what we had there on set. No special gifts this year. Spending a day with my brothers and sisters in a couple of weeks. A favorite Christmas past was seeing our son's eyes light up when Santa made a quick visit to our house. Mike was 3, and when Santa came through the door, Mike ran and nearly tackled him with hugs. It was priceless, and my favorite picture I get out every year. I bet you that's a great picture. The Santa was a dear friend who is no longer with us. Christy, I would love to have a double farm sink. Yeah, I like the double. So weigh in. Do you like one full sink, or do you like the separation? I like the separation. Good morning, Lori. Hope you're having a great day. Nice appliances. Foodie Fridays are fun. Stephanie, thank you so much. Barb said, I discovered Heath Bar cookies this year. Okay, wow, that sounds good. The recipe is in the bag of Heath bits. Yummy. Okay, Barb, we might have to make one of those. By the way, it's a beautiful morning outside walking today. Linda, that's exactly what I'm going to do when the show wraps up. I'm going to take the dogs for a walk. Chris, I like a sink with 2 sides. My brother put a microwave drawer in his kitchen island, along with outlets on the end and a large double wall oven. I wish I could win the lottery to make my kitchen like that. Christy said, that kitchen is amazing. I would love it for making dog food. Oh my gosh, yeah, we haven't done a barking baker segment in a while. We've got to do that again. I miss out. Yeah, let's see. The barking baker. I need that, right? I make my grandma's Romanian cookies. What's in that, Stephanie? Chris said my favorite cookies are chocolate chip. Well, then you would have liked what we had on set. And my great grandmother's recipe for biscotti. We had a lot of, well, actually, we haven't even opened anything. So, how many of you are overloaded with cookies and baked items, etc.? Somebody wrote me last night and said, Monica, Merry Christmas, and I'm so done with sugar already. I'm like, oh, we haven't even gotten to New Year's Eve. My best Christmas, my grandson's first. He had so much fun opening gifts. Loved the wrapping paper and the boxes. Julia, you know what? We had the dogs. Actually, Jim, let's see if I can find it for you. Jim was like, Monica, they are just like little children about how exhausted, let me see if I can find it, how exhausted our dogs were as we were opening presents around the tree. And then I put a little bow around Adelaide's neck and they just laid there. And Jim was like, look at them. They're like children because they had such a busy day that, let's see if I can find it. Oh, nope. It's not coming up in my media. So, sorry. Anyway, I put some bows around the dogs' necks and they were out just as we were opening presents, just exhausted. So your dogs get that way as well. And somebody must have given Adelaide something that did not agree with her stomach. So my poor baby, she's a little, well, I think she's better today, but she was a little sick. And so I was like, yep, you got to watch what you give. Audra said, yes, barking baker in that kitchen, right? Audra loves that segment. Let's see, Linda, I made oatmeal and chocolate chip cookies this year, vegan style, organic flour and sugar, no dairy, turned out great. You know, that's the thing. So many people that have gone vegan or so many people that have a gluten intolerance or they have dairy issues. I'm telling you, I think the main reason all that happens is because of everything that's injected in our food, really, truly. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, you've got just a few minutes left. If you are not in the drawing for the 1-year giveaway, an annual membership to Crunch Fitness, then you have literally moments to tell me that you want all in. And then I'm going to pick a number and then that person is going to win and get their health as a gift this year. And a special shout out to Crunch. We have loved our partnership. That was our very first national sponsor, by the way. Crunch Fitness, again, 4 locations in our area. But once you have that membership, you can work out at Crunches all over the United States. Our giveaway has to be with someone who lives in our area, okay? All right, I'm going to be giving that away in just a second, right after I tell you about these fun mobile Monicas coming up. We've got Apricot Lane Boutique, and I had my entire outfit yesterday from Apricot Lane. Beautiful store right there off of Highway 40 and the Wing Haven exit. A lot of people know where Moss's is. That is where Monica's store is. So Monica Lynn is the owner of this gorgeous boutique. If you haven't been yet, please go and support her. But better yet, I would love to see you when we do the mobile Monica, which will be February 10th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I bought a really gorgeous skirt from there for myself and my sister-in-law. She said, I can't wait. This is going to be so pretty. So Apricot Lane Boutique, thank you so much for being a part of our Mobile Monica series. And before we get a chance to do that, we're going to be at the Vault, which is located in that Brentwood, Richmond Heights area, the Vault Luxury Resale. Check them out. They are having us for another makeover show on January 14th. And for right now, what I need is you. I am looking for probably about 3 or maybe 4 more models. Okay. And when I say that, I'm saying that loosely. I'm not looking for professional models. I'm looking for the everyday woman that wants to say, yeah, I mean, you've seen them, hopefully. If you haven't, they are so much fun. So would you like to be a part of that day? Anybody, any viewer, any sponsor, anybody that wants to be a part of it. We are looking for about 3 or 4 more models. Jenny Gabriel, who is one of our sponsors from JG Optimal Wellness, she was like, yeah, I want to do that. We're trying to get my friend Sally to be a part of it. I was talking to the girl who does my hair, Sherry, and some of her girls from Sheer Studios. So still waiting on that, but I only have room for about 4 or 5 models total. So if you're interested, shoot me a comment right now and say, I'd love to be a part of it. All you have to do is give us a picture of the way you normally have your style. And then you go in a week before the show and they will pull 2 outfits for you. I don't see what they put you in until the day of the show. And it's just a fun little makeover show. We have a great time with it. The ladies, I want to thank Sue and Diana and Laura over at the Vault for doing this with us for the last 2.5 years now. We've done multiple of these fun makeover shows. So that is coming up for you. All right. Are you ready to win? So Crunch Fitness, as we mentioned, has been open in our area for the last year. Florissant, Baldwin, St. Peter's, and to come is Fenton. So we have a handful of you that have wanted to win. All right. What is my favorite number? 3. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Melissa McDonald. Melissa McDonald, I'll be reaching out to you unless somebody knows Melissa and wants to let her know. Melissa McDonald, an annual Crunch Fitness membership is coming to you for you to have the best gift of all going into 2026, and that is the gift of your health. So congratulations to Melissa. I have one more giveaway that we will do next Tuesday, right before we wrap up the beginning of the year. I do want to let you know we will not be doing shows on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. We are going to be running the best of. And have you had a chance to see the best of, by the way? Me and Babs sat down on Christmas Eve. That was our special show. And then Pastor Hawkins, if you never saw those, go back and watch those. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, we brought those back from the archives. Next week, we are going to have on New Year's Day, my dear friend, Todd Michaels. So Todd and I sat down and talked about our friendship, but at the same time, we talked about his music career kind of coming back and being a part of more music as we go into 2026. So look up Todd Michaels. That's going to be on New Year's Day. New Year's Eve, why am I blanking? We're bringing another show back. I'll have to think about that before the show wraps up. All right, let's see. Stephanie said they are made with, her Romanian cookies, made with 1 pound of butter, like a Linzer cookie, make them like a sandwich cookie, fill them with raspberry preserves. If you have diverticulitis, I dip the tops in graham crackers and use cherry preserves. All right, there you go. Babs needs to be a model. I know, wouldn't that be fun? I talked to her about that. I agree. I think that would have been a good thing. The hard thing is for her is to get to the shows. Somebody would have to drive her, etc. Okay, let me ask you about this. Have you all had a chance to go over and pick up one of these? If you haven't heard, we have rolled out a candle in our new merchandise. It's the Be Kind candle, and a lot of you picked them up. They're right here. A lot of you picked them up from Christopher's. I think they almost sold out. Christopher's. This is called Memories Around the Tree, and of course, the signature Be Kind. You can see mine's almost gone. Keeping the smell of Christmas around. So it's balsam and Fraser fir and a little touch of cold air. We also have Embers at the Cottage that now we'll be talking about a little bit more. Apricot Lane Boutique and Oh My Posh in Cottleville both have those candles. So if you have not picked them up yet, please go and support these incredible boutiques that have supported us. But better yet, get one of the best smelling candles. I've had rave reviews. Do you have yours, by the way? Did you get a chance to pick one up? If not, you can still do so. Again, it's the Be Kind candle series, and coming out in the spring, we will roll out our signature scent. Let me give a shout out to some of the other wonderful sponsors like Spas and More. Spas and More, no, I did not get a hot tub. A lot of people were saying, I so thought you were going to get a hot tub. If I'm going to get a hot tub, I'm going to have to buy it myself. Spas and More, STL.com. Thank you so much, Angie, for being a part of the show. You can check them out on social media at Spas and More, STL. And they carry, of course, the Master Spas, and you have the opportunity to get one of these, which is the swim spas, or a lot of people are very big into contrast therapy, which would be the cold plunge and then going straight into the sauna back and forth. Or for them, they call it the sweaty goat and the chilly goat. If you are looking for, again, a part of health and wellness as you go into 2026, you might want to make the hot tub or the swim spa part of 2026, because again, it's not about luxury, it's about overall wellness. Okay, 7:44, we are going to give you the devotional, and I'm going to keep the devotional going from the Christmas time period. Jesus Calling, Jesus Calling for Christmas, which is by Sarah Young. All right, more review. So if you are just tuning in, we're at the last part of the show. You're weighing in on what's your favorite Christmas gift, or what was maybe your kid's favorite Christmas gift, surprise, or memory. I love you sharing your memories. You're also weighing in on what's your favorite cookie this time of the year. Christy said, I love my candle. It smells wonderful. Christy, thank you so much for supporting and going and getting one. If you haven't, as I said, you can still go into Christopher's, you can go into Oh My Posh, and you can go into Apricot Lane.
Welcome to the mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams Show at my favorite restaurant.
There's something about a coffee house that's just very warm and welcoming.
Gives you that sense of community.
What are you most proud of since you've opened it?
I cry easily. I'm thankful for everybody here.
You opened the door during the middle of the pandemic. You got the best Italian restaurant in the United States. Here in St. Louis, you put us on the map.
Does it scare you? Do you go through fear?
Terrifying.
So how do you get past the fear?
We find something to laugh about.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
And get all of the sugar out of your system and get healthy. Yes, once again, thank you to each and every one of our sponsors, which includes Crunch Fitness. And we've loved having them on. And again, congratulations. If you're just tuning in, Melissa McDonald is the winner of an annual membership to Crunch Fitness. One more opportunity. So if you are not in the drawing, all you have to do is drop a comment in saying, I want all in, I want my health back, and I want to be in the drawing. Or you can shoot me an email at info@therealmonicaadams.com. Once again, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. We are going to have a couple of shows next week. I am excited to bring on my friend Kelly Lamb Montgomery. She'll be on next Tuesday. They've been on the show a couple times, but I want to talk about her second book in her series, which is her Oh Olive, the Bulldog series. She had one of Oh Olive, Oh No, There's a Thunderstorm. And then this one's about bullying. And I think it's such an important message. So we'll talk about that. But more importantly, did you all see my social media post? I am part of an anthology book that's coming out on January 5th. And I'm super excited to introduce you to Kelly, who was the mastermind behind this. There are 35 women that are telling their story, inspirational story. So if you're looking for a gift for yourself, maybe you didn't get what you wanted around the Christmas tree, gift yourself this, because it's really going to light you up. And for me, the reason that I said yes to Kelly, it's called It's About Time. That's the name of the book, by the way. I said yes because, one, I wanted to help out a friend. But two, it was for me to finally get my book out to you. So this is a chapter which will be part of my book that's coming out called The Awakening. And I know a lot of you have been asking me for that for probably years now, but this will be a little kickstart to that. So it'll be January 5th. There will be an ebook that will be released that day. I want you all to purchase it and then write a review for us, because we want it to go to bestseller status. Okay. So I'll be letting you know more about that here in the next couple of weeks, but it's called It's About Time. Not available to you just yet, but it will be an ebook that will be, I think, like $2.99, and then it'll go to a hard copy or a soft copy, soft cover. I personally love to actually hold a book, so I'll be getting my own. Can't wait to sit down and read the 34 other powerful women telling their stories, a lot of which that we've had on the show, by the way. Tessa Greenspan is in there. Diane Isbell is in there. Faith Berger is in there. Randy Naughton, I know, is in there. Laura Hediger from Channel 4, she's in there. Chelsea, I think her last name was Haynes, she worked for Channel 2. She's got a story in there, and so many more. I mean, there's 35 women with empowering stories. Again, congratulations to all the women that are a part of this. So again, it's called It's About Time. It is about time. It's almost time for us to wrap up. Let me read from Jesus Calling for Christmas. So I know you. Oh, let me ask that before we wrap up our final 10 minutes. When do you take Christmas down? That's the last question I'm going to ask you. When do you take Christmas down? This this over my shoulder. This will stay up at least for another couple of weeks. So if you grew up Catholic like I did, then you know that Little Christmas or Epiphany is not for another, week and a half. So Christmas decorations should at least stay up through Epiphany, because these are now the 12 days of Christmas, right? So from Christmas to Epiphany. However, I think we're going to keep ours up longer because I was sick, and so we didn't even get it up until late. Jim and I both said we'll keep it up maybe through the end of January, maybe a little bit before that. But it's just, don't you all agree that it gets sad when you take it down? The house just looks boring after that. Babs, my favorite gift was spending time with 5 kids in the 20s who are doing wonderful professions with kindness. Oh, Babs, I love that. By the way, Babs, they want you to be a model. Christy said, I hope to start taking mine down today. Oh, really? No. Why do you want to take it down already? After the feast of, see, I just said, yes, Epiphany. Okay. So feel free to drop those comments in. For those of you that are still on, or if you watch this later, tell me when you take them down. All righty, ready? When I joined the ranks of humanity, born into the humblest conditions, my glory was hidden from all but a few people. Occasionally, streaks of glory shone out of me, especially when I began to do miracles. Toward the end of my life, I was taunted and tempted to display more of my awesome power than my Father's plan permitted. I could have called down legions of angels to rescue me at any point. Imagine the self-control required of a martyr who could free himself at will. All of this was necessary to provide the relationship with me that you now enjoy. Let your life become a praise song to me by proclaiming my glorious presence in the world. All right, we go a little bit deeper into this if you want. John 2, verse 11 says this, the first of his miraculous signs Jesus performed at Cana in Galilee. He thus revealed his glory, and his disciples put their faith in him. Luke 23, verse 35 says the people stood watching, and the rulers even sneered at him. They said, he saved others. Let him save himself if he is the Christ of God, the chosen one. The soldiers also came up and mocked him. They offered him wine vinegar. Just that frustrates me so much that everybody mocked him. Psalm 92, 1 through 5. It is good to praise the Lord and make music to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your love in the morning and your faithfulness at night, to the music of the 10-stringed lyre and the melody of the harp. For you make me glad by your deeds, O Lord. I sing for joy at the works of your hands. How great are your works, O Lord. How profound are your thoughts. So yeah, we're keeping Christmas around a little bit longer and reading from this through the end of the year. So I'll read from that again on Monday and Tuesday. All right, Stephanie said, thank you for all you do. Have a good weekend. My decorations stay up till I get back home after New Year's. Okay, so yeah, I'm asking all of you, how long do you keep your decorations up? For me, I am in no hurry to take them down. My best friend, I swear, I think she took them down on Christmas afternoon after they all opened. I don't know about this year, but I was like, Julie, come on. So for me, I cannot keep them up long enough. And I know a lot of you are probably tired of them because some people said they started putting theirs up around Halloween, which is to me way too early. Most people usually start to put them up, around Thanksgiving? And we had that warm stretch. So a lot of people put them up probably earlier than they normally would. But when you put them up, do you turn them on right away? Because that was the thing. I was like, Jim, we should have put them up, but we should have not turned the lights on until after Thanksgiving. And you might not know, we were in Alabama, so it put us behind a little bit. And then it was so close, right, between Thanksgiving and Christmas that it just felt like this is just this push and this run. So we will keep ours up at least for another 2 weeks, I would think. Then they'll start coming down. But what do you do? So tell me that as we get ready to wrap up, what do you do in the transition after you take all this down? What do you put up to still make you happy and joyous? Because to me, it just, first of all, outside is dead, right? So there's no beautiful greenery. There's no blossoms. Maybe snow's coming. If that's like that outside, you need some joy inside. So what do you do? That's my last question to you. What do you do to keep the joy around once the holidays are over? And by the way, I'd love to know any fun plans for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We are starting traditions this year. Christmas Eve, we started the tradition of blending Jim's family and my family together. And we're going to continue to do that. New Year's Day, we have something brand new to come up. And that is cousins of Jim's that I haven't had a chance to really get to know over the last 10 years. So we're bringing them over on New Year's Day, because if Jim's parents were still alive, we would have gone to their house. And instead, we're doing it here. I think we're going to have 25 people here. I'm so ready for the holidays to be over, but I love it. Jim's like, Monica, you love to host people. You're going to enjoy this. Yes. 25 people on New Year's Day to ring in 2026. Oh, Matt says summer decor. Just kidding. What do you do though? Really, truly? Usually 1 to 2 weeks into the new year, Bridget says. Good morning, Bridget, by the way. Yeah, so I think a lot of us that grew up Catholic, we knew to keep it up around all the way through Epiphany. So my question though, as we get ready to wrap up is, what can we put up that has this kind of joy, right? I got to go this way. This kind of joy, the beautiful colors, just the feel good joy that's around, because I need that. I need to know what kind of decor, because for me, I just always get upset by it. Roberta, how are you? After Epiphany, but it also refers to the Christian feast day on January 6th or nearby Sunday, celebrating Jesus's manifestation to the world, primarily the visit of the three kings to the baby Jesus and also his baptism and the miracle at Cana. Exactly. Right? That's why we leave it up. We've started planning a Mexico trip in February. All right, so you're going to leave. Gives us something to look forward to. We're going to be going to Napa, so I look forward to that. Okay, we're going to go to warmer weather. But what do we do in the transition from now until then, Bridget? What do we put up in the house? Stephanie says, I have a snow globe tree and some ice skate ornaments I keep out on my windowsill all year. Okay, so here's a question for you. How many of you transition your Christmas trees to another season? My dear friend Michelle does that. She would do it. And so you think about that. You can transition out of Christmas, make it maybe a little New Year's ornaments, then go into Valentine's, then go into what? St. Pat's Day, go into Easter, go into Memorial Day, 4th of July. You could just keep a tree up, but keep changing decorations. Do you all like that idea? Because a lot of people have started that. Or do you think that this should always be only for Christmas? I actually think I like it because you can change lights up. Years ago when I was young, I used to, and now I know there's actually a company that does it, but I used to always say, why can't we leave lights up and just have a remote or something like that and change the lights to a different season? And sure enough, I think it's Trimlight, right? There's a company that finally did it. They heard my thoughts. I think it's genius because then you always have lights on the house. Christy said, my hummingbird decor comes back. I love hummingbirds and they bring me so much joy. So you bring hummingbirds up right after Christmas, huh? Again, willing the warmer weather. I like that. Feel free to continue to drop comments. And even when we wrap up, let us know what is the best idea to keep the joy of the season going? Because again, I just feel like it's so unfortunate. All right. So I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed weekend. Going into next week, Monday, probably going to bring in a little wellness. What I'll probably ask you as we go into the wrap up is, what are you thinking will help you stick to your New Year's resolutions this year, as we'll be just a few days out of it? Hard for me to take down the color. We'll start colorful quilt, Bab says. I like that. Candy, we had breakfast with some of our family yesterday, but we'll celebrate with the whole family on the 4th. All right, so we're talking about special memories as well. As you wrap up, and maybe you're coming to the end of the show and you're just signing on, we're asking what your favorite gift was. Did you have a favorite wonderful memory? Because I love to read these. Do a little hashtag replay and it'll catch my attention. And then I'll be able to see all of you that maybe woke up late today. And I get that. A lot of people are probably still, some people might be hungover from Christmas, but a lot of it is just sheer exhaustion from hosting. So you get a chance to watch this later. Share this, by the way, with your friends and family, and then reach out to me as we go into the new year. If you would like to become a sponsor of the show, we have a lot of really great ideas of new segments. We, of course, are keeping Medical Monday, our Wellness or Workout Wednesdays, our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday continues. Fridays will be our Foodie Friday and a little fitness or maybe fashion, right? We've started some of that. We will bring Positive Talk Time back in February. So some of the segments just kind of pause a little bit, but it gives you an opportunity to be a part of that. Richard, have a great weekend. Hope you have a good one as well. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And whatever you're doing as you're making plans for New Year's, please be safe. I would say go out and celebrate if you want to, but get off the roads. All the amateurs that are out there driving, people drinking and driving, please stop that. Designated driver, Uber, taxis, etc. There's no reason to put yourself or others in danger. But I got my New Year's stuff out a little early just to give you a little sparkle for the season. On Tuesday, again, Kelly Lamb Montgomery will be on. For the life of me, I cannot remember what we're airing on New Year's Eve. Ugh. Why can't I remember? Anyway, New Year's Eve, Zach has put together a special show for you. That's one of the best of. And then on New Year's Day, we will have Todd Michaels joining me from my 20 plus years of a friendship, but he used to work at WIL with me. If you haven't seen that show, you will absolutely love it. So that'll air on New Year's Day. And then we have a special Foodie Friday on January 2nd. And of course, it'll all have to do with health. I wish you all the most incredible end of 2025, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for almost 3 straight years of tuning in to the Real Monica Adams Show. We couldn't do it without you. You'll all have a blessed weekend. I'll see you on Monday. And until then, remember to do the greatest thing you can, and that is to be kind to each human being that you meet. God bless you all.